Hi, Mike Kavanagh here, creator of Self-Mastery for Leaders. How good are you at switching off? I mean, be honest. If you're working full-time, for example, when you set down your work, do you truly set it down? Or do you carry it with you into your time off? Getting good at unplugging is a skill. We can't possibly be our best when we aren't fully refilling our tank in work and in the rest of our lives. So today what I wanted to do is share 4 tips for building your own mastery when it comes to unplugging. Tip number 1, it's basic, but you have to carve out time dedicated to fully unplugging. And you have to ditch the idea that it's selfish or that you have too much to do so that you can't afford to do it. You can't afford not to do it. Trust me. Tip number 2, you have to get the environment right. People who work from home have an issue with this all the time because you know that if you're trying to unplug in the same place that you work, you won't fully unplug. We humans have evolved over millions of years to be highly attuned to our environments. The environment impacts us on a subconscious level. So find a space that cues you to unplug. Maybe it's a little spot in nature. Maybe it's your backyard. Maybe it's your bathtub. Or you can even create a space like this and build the association of unplugging around it through repetition. Now, tip 3 is when we get into juicing the effectiveness of our recovery time. And the way I want you to do this is experiment with identifying something that's already effective at helping you unplug and build a ritual around that thing. So let's say, for example, that it's listening to music for you. It chills you out, gets you out of your head. Every time you go into your period of unplugging, start by listening to that music. Could be the same thing with exercise or with yoga, same idea. Now here's the thing, you don't always have to do that thing. But what we're doing here is we're piggybacking off of something that already cues you to relax, and we're doing that long enough until you've created an association. Eventually you'll become less beholden to the ritual, and you won't need to go through all of that to unplug more seamlessly. Tip number 4 is to embrace mental training. You need to train your attention to stay present during your experience of unplugging if you want to maximally recharge. The best way I know how to do this is through a meditation practice. Now, if you're somebody who's thinking, that's not my thing, I got news for you. You'll never get as far in life in terms of performance or mental well-being as you will if you make a little bit of meditation your thing. Because all it really is on one level is just training your attention to be where you are. Instead of thinking about sandwiches or dwelling on all the stuff that you have to do when you're supposed to be relaxing, when you're supposed to be recharging and unplugging. Throughout the day, we are building up mental momentum, which is like putting our foot on the pedal of a potter's wheel and then having it spin. And then what happens is you take your foot off, which in this case is like entering a period of unplugging, and the wheel keeps spinning. It takes time to slow down. But what we usually do is we unknowingly put our foot back down on the pedal, like replaying something that happened or dwelling on the future. So the mental spinning takes longer to stop, or it never comes fully to rest. The practice of mindfulness meditation in particular helps you to take your foot off the pedal. So there you have it. Put those 4 things together and you have a potent recipe for unplugging faster and relaxing more deeply, so you're truly fresh when it's time to be on in whatever way life needs you. You'll be happier, you'll be better on the job, in your relationships, you'll be all around better. Thank you for being here, and if you want more things like this delivered to your inbox, visit selfmasteryforleaders.com and sign up for the email list.